Hello everybody, it's Sunday and I'm going to do roast beef. I've had lots and lots of requests to do a joint. So I've got a piece of rolled brisket. Brisket is it's not a modern cut today. A lot of people go for top side sirloins, things like that. Brisket to me is a very, very good buy. It's a muscle meat, so it does take longer. It's a lower muscle, it takes longer to cook and it takes slower cooking. But I'm going to do it in a 15-in-1 in the pressure cooker. For me, it has far more flavour than a lot of your top side cuts. And there's lots of the older cuts coming back today, so look on your butcher's counter. Most of the butchers will talk to you and explain what that cut needs. And it's a lot cheaper. That's a big one today, a lot cheaper. I'm just going to season this first before I'm going to saute it. That's my first job, what you would call old-fashioned searing. I've got about a tablespoonful of olive oil in here. Just getting some oil. I'm going to pour a little bit of oil on it and then roll it over. I do find this Ninja is very good at actually sealing and searing meat. It's obviously a lot hotter than my old electric pressure cooker, which had sear on it. But I used to stand for ages to get a sear on it. It was more like a steam than a sear. This one's very good at that. Some people don't even bother doing this. There's lots of different thoughts on meat today. But I believe it helps intensify the flavour, and that's why I do it. I'm going to season a little bit more. I usually allow around about 5 to 10 minutes when I'm doing a joint to get a nice sear on it. It's something that's worth doing because when you're going to pressure cook it, you take it out, it does want to look as though you've actually cooked it and not just a piece of wine-soaked meat, shall we say. Just getting back to being asked to cook a piece of a roast. Most people today, as I said, are using top side and sirloin joints. I do not really go and buy those joints. I think you're paying an awful lot for that piece of meat. So I went for the brisket because I want to encourage people going for the older cuts. Some people, you can use flank, skirt. If it's rolled, it'll make a joint. And you can do it this way. So that's why, but the difference being is you do need to do a longer, slower cook. And pressure cooking is excellent for it. Doesn't have to be a Ninja, any pressure cooker. Old-fashioned pressure cookers where you put the weights on the top, that will do it. Slow cookers, you can put it in your slow cooker, give it 5 hours, be beautiful. So it doesn't have to be Ninja, folks. That's what I was looking for. So I'm going to turn it off. In this jug, that's just a beef stock cube. It's a Knorr beef stock cube. I normally have my little stock pots. I've run out. Because I haven't been very well, I've got to add them in my shopping this week. But that's fine. To that, I'm going to add some really drinkable red wine. £250ml. It's going to spit a little bit, so stand back. deglaze around there. Just go around your pot where the beef's been sticking. Just deglaze it, because that will make you an amazing gravy. Okay, I am going to use the probe today, because this will tell me what temperature my beef reaches, and I'll know when to. It says that it should take, this weight should take round about an hour in the pressure cooker. This will tell me when it gets to the temperature that I want, it will tell me it's cooked, and I'll just stop it then. But we'll be guided, we'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to take this out. Let's put that in there. This bit is the tricky bit, making sure you've got it in. And then this has got to go into your thickest part of your meat. I'm just going to turn it. That's it. Okay, I want that meat in the middle. Okay, I'm sliding my lid over to pressure. Sorry, I'm on seal. Right, okay, natural release I don't want. I want it on high, but I don't want it on natural release. I want it on quick release. The reason I want it on quick release, guys, is to make sure that it stops cooking quickly. Get rid of that steam, stop the cooking, get your beef out. Otherwise, everything you've tried to achieve in keeping the meat moist will just releasing slowly is a long, slow release. You don't want that when you're doing this type of thing. Let's go try a preset. Beef. Got this beef. Well, yeah, let's go with that. I think that's fine. And let's go start. Pressure, and it's just heating up. It's when it's in pre like this, it's coming to pressure. It's building pressure in there. Your countdown will start when it's reached pressure. Then your countdown starts. So I'm thinking 50 minutes, and I should be able to take that beef out. And I'm using my little ninja today to do some roasties, and maybe some honey roast carrots if I can work out what I'm going to do with them. Okay, see you in an hour. Hi guys, this is cooking away beautifully. I just wanted to give you a little bit of information for those of you who are not used to this machine or similar machines. Listen how quiet it is. There is no noise at all. There's no hissing going on, nothing coming out, there's no steam, nothing coming out. On the control panel, I put it on a preset, which is beef well done for brisket, is how I like it. Target temperature is 85, the probe is set at 24. So that's guiding me. You know it's going right. I've had one or two times when I put the lid down and I've tried to pressure cook something and I've had steam coming out and I've thought, oh, that can't be right. No, I don't think it was. The vent wasn't set right, or the seal wasn't sitting right. So if that's happening, you know that's not right. This is how you want it to know that you're cooking well. Okay, I just thought that might be useful to some of you, because I know when I started using this just a few weeks ago, it was very different to my kasori, and a little bit intimidating when things weren't quite going to plan, because this has got a steam combi mode. That threw me completely, because it was steaming, yet at the same time it was doing a different type of cooking. So I just wanted to explain, if you're using the pressure cooker, you won't have any sound, no steam coming out. Okay, see you when this target temperature is reached, which I think will be about 45 minutes. It reached its 85 degrees, which was target temperature, so it's gone on to quick release. Just before it goes on to quick release, we weren't quick enough to get it filmed, but it gives you this a bit like a reversing chuck warning system, and it's quite good because it's telling you it's going to express all that steam and stand back. So it's doing its thing. You have to wait till it says open lid before you and then you know the pressure's all gone and you don't actually cover yourself in hot steam. So I'm just going to wait a few minutes till that open release comes on, then we'll get this beef out. Okay, that's my piece of brisket. It's took around about 44 minutes. The Ninja just did it sort of automatically for me. It was very clever. In here, is the stock that I'm going to make the gravy with. This I'm going to leave to sit for about 10-15 minutes. Should never cook straight into a piece of meat that comes out. Needs time to settle, okay? I would say 15 minutes really. So we're going to leave it and I'll cut into it a bit later and I'll come back and give you my thoughts on how it's cooked and better still what it tastes like. I'm also going to make some gravy, going to start my roasties and get on with the rest of the dinner. See you very soon. Well everyone, I'm absolutely delighted with my brisket. It's the one time that I don't have my beef pink because brisket, as I said, is a tougher meat, needs a slow cook. It absolutely tastes wonderful, and it's so nicely cooked, it just tears apart, look. Don't need a knife, and trust me, that's so beefy. I could just munch it now and eat it. It's delicious. So I'm really pleased with the way that's cooked. I'm pleased the way it did it. Normally, a piece of brisket like that in my big old oven down here would have been in for 2.5 hours. This was in the pressure cooker for 45 minutes. Massive difference. Again, I'm about to do roasties. Without the Ninja, I wouldn't bother putting this big oven on for roasties. I'd just use the hob on the top and do boiled potatoes or mashed potatoes or new potatoes. But because I have the Ninja, which does them in 15-20 minutes, we have roast potatoes. They're no longer such a treat. So that's great. And today also, and my roast potatoes, I have a recipe on where I use a bit of flour. I do find sometimes with the flour, you get a bit of a cakiness on the crispness. So I've gone back to just my olive oil. They're really quite broken down because that gives a lovely crisp. In there I've got a crushed clove of garlic. I've got 2 fresh sprigs of rosemary. Just a perfume. They come out, that lifts out during the cook when they're cooked. Just gives it a nice herbiness. So I'm going to put those in, and they're going to take about 15-20 minutes. These are my carrots cut up. I tried to aim for them all about this, approximately the same size, so you get an even cook. And they're going into here now. Now this is honey, olive oil, a little bit of fresh thyme, and a pinch of salt. So I'm just going to toss them in there, and then they will go in for around about 10 minutes in the air fryer, so that one side of my air fryer I'm going to have roast potatoes. They'll be half cooked. Then I'll turn the carrots on, and I'm just doing my long stem broccoli in a pan on the hob because that's a gentle veg. I don't want to do anything harsh to that. So you just dump this into your oil and honey mix, your carrots. Make sure they're all covered like this. Just make sure they're all covered in a little bit of oil and honey, and then you put them in air fry, normal air fry temperature 200, and I'll start with 10 minutes because I don't want them to burn. Be aware that there's honey in there. I want them to be nicely looked as though they're roasted, so I'll show you those when they come out. But I'm going to crack on now. Delighted with the beef. I've transferred all that stock into a pan. I'm going to reduce now to make a red wine beef gravy. So when this all comes together, see you soon. I'll show you the finished product just before we eat it. See you soon. Garlicky goodness going in. Start that one. Okay, I'm just about to put my hands. Don't do what I nearly did and just tip it all in, because you've got excess oil in there and honey. You don't want that catching fire or anything, or burning and sticking to your pan. So just do that, sprinkle them over the bottom like that. John, stop stealing the carrots. He loves raw carrots, folks. To be honest, better than cooked. Right, okay. 2, air fry, 200, and we're going to go with, I'm going to try 10 minutes, guys. And I'm just going to have a look at the roasties if you want to have a quick look with me. Coming along, delicious. Let's give them a good shake up. 10 minutes time, I'm going to use the big Ninja. I've got frozen Yorkshire puddings again because, folks, I'm working so many hours. I don't get time to make my own anymore. So I'm going to use the Ninja again just to air fry the 2 frozen Yorkshire puddings that I've got in the freezer. And then I'm in business. We'll have dinner. Right, folks, I'm getting ready to serve now. The potatoes are just finishing. Right, in this one, I've got just my little pre-bought Yorkshires, all done beautifully. 4 minutes air fry. Job done, straight from the freezer, straight into there, no sweat. Carrots, now they're just, I think they're perfect. They're just got lovely crispy edges on them. And they smell beautiful. Right, John, that's for you to try.
Oh, you.
I'll put it on my plate. Delicious. Not too sweet. Now, if you find it's not sweet enough, just add more honey. But be aware, the more honey you add to things, guys, the more chance you have of burning things. So I just literally, oh God, they look nice. Yum. Oh, the smell of rosemary and garlic, because yeah, I told you, didn't I shoved some garlic in there as well. Can't resist a bit of garlic. Right, okay, these look good. Right. I put the beef into the red wine gravy I've made, just to make sure it's lovely and hot. So I'm just getting that out now. I always keep leftover gravy and I freeze it, because it's amazing the amount of times someone will just suddenly turn up and you want something to eat. Well, you bung a couple of sausages in there, some chips and some hot gravy, you've got an instant tea for especially the grandkids, you know what I mean? But it's really useful to have, even if you're having just some cold beef, bung it in your gravy that you've got frozen. Obviously heat the gravy up, but it works. So don't waste anything, guys. Okay, I'm going to go and enjoy my dinner. Hope you all have a lovely Sunday lunch, or lunch, wherever you are. Take care. See you all soon. Thanks for watching.